Drunken Dragons. The night is ours to rule. Awaken weak from endless years. Blood will bind and calm our fears. From the grave, our fates unspun. Hide in shadow, flee the sun. We are the DDG crew. Hear the battle cry. Fear the light, but in darkness fly. From the grave to the throne we're climbing. Drunken dragons in the night. Be rising. Hunt for blood, regain our might. Prey lies trembling in the night. Villages burn and bandits fall. We rise stronger, we take it all. We are the DDG crew. Hear the battle cry. Fear the light, but in darkness fly. From the grave to the throne we're climbing. Drunken dragons in the night. Be rising. Helga learns where the shadows creep, fails then rises from death's deep sleep. Clumsy strikes, but her spirit's true. The night is stronger with Helga blue. Raise your castle, dark domain. Walls of stone and halls of pain. Servants kneel, the thralls obey. Our empire grows with each new Through cursed woods and caverns deep, mythic horrors never sleep. Drink their blood, their powers bend. Night eternal has no end. Dracula's will we now deny. His throne shall fall, his reign will die. Rise as masters, fate we bend. The dragon's will shall never end. We are the DDG crew. Hear the battle cry. Fear the light, but in darkness fly. From the grave to the throne we're climbing. Drunken dragons in the night. Be rising. Blood and steel. Shadows heal. Raise your blade. The night is real. Blood and flame. Dark hearts rise. Swear the vow. Like subscribe. DDG forever, the legends we bring from the ashes of night. Let the dark throne sing. Predators eternal, no fear in the fighting. Drunken dragons in the night, be rising. Be rising. Raise your glass. Let the shadows confide. Join the clan. Like, subscribe.
Alright. Hello and welcome to Drunken Dragon Gaming, where the drinks are cold, the meals are warm, and the games are on fire. Tonight we're back in Enshrouded, going to be working on the build here in Long Keep. Speaking of which, I have got to look at the schedule, and I've got to make a time to get back over to Helga's server to continue the work on the Hall of Heroes. Because I'm kind of taking a break from it, and so I need to get back over there and get back to work on it. There's only so much time in the week. And, hey, Tundra, hey, Bill. Yeah, Tundra, I guess it was the wrong song. I don't know what happened to that particular slide. I'm going to have to go back in and check it afterwards and see why it played V Rising instead of Enshrouded. Okay. Now, it has been a long week. I am going to crack open a brew, and then we're going to wander around a little bit, take a look at the build, and kind of get a decision on where do we want to go next, what do we want to work on as far as our next piece. I know we're going to be working on the spa some more to get that up and going. Or, I guess, let's say, get it prepared for when the water update comes. I did talk with Chisel Chip, and he gave me not a definitive date, but gave me more of a idea of when we will be getting the water update. And his guess is, and I mean he's in the know with a few people. His guess is probably somewhere around the middle to the late end of the month. So my guess is probably somewhere around October 21st, and if not the 21st, then it'll be the 28th. That is more likely when we'll be getting the update. Hey, Daniel. All right, let me go unmute myself over here on Discord. Appreciate the help you've been giving on V Rising over there, Daniel. Okay, now, this came out pretty good. Oh, yeah, it does look better filling in that gap, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, it looks much better filling in the gap. Okay, we will go with that. Then we have our upper floor. That's where the spa is going to be. Gotta figure out how we're gonna, because really I kind of want to make this opening, the stair opening that comes up, this should open up into an open area. Maybe we'll put some kind of a railing along the edges here, kind of an outdoor patio type thing attached to the spa. That'll look nice, I think. Yeah, it's been a bit of a mad rush today. I got home, I jumped in Re-Rising, I sent the servants out, I logged back out, and then I left. Because we had our Cub Scout recruitment tonight, where my son went and worked as his first time doing some work as a recruiter. That meant that he was the model for the kids to show off what the Cub Scout looks like and what the uniform looks like, and then he got to talk to them, tell them about all the cool things he got to do last year, and all the things that he got excited about. And of course, the one thing he got excited about is fishing. I think that's the one thing he remembers from going camping, was going fishing. Yeah, went through quite a bit. Hey, Helga, how are you? Now, we gotta clean this up. Gotta clean that up. And yeah, I do like the look of that better. So let's go fix this over here. Different games, different controls. But the district guy that was there doing the recruitment stuff determined that my son showing up and doing that kind of work meant that he earned his patch that he'll get put on his uniform, and it'll say that he is a recruiter. Oh yeah, I believe it. And I haven't even been on, so it may be. Oh, you know what? Bulk probably used it because we're using it to convert from blood essence to greater essence to primal essence because we were in need of lots of primal essence. So that's probably what happened. All right, that looks better like that, definitely. Try and jump on his head. Almost got on his head. Why? Because I can. Yeah, I'm scared of you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of them until you get into Act 4. Act 4 is the spot where you need to be careful which bee bloods you hit. There we go. I kind of figured. Alright, so sauna needs to be enclosed, but what kind of walls do we want to use? Hedgehog raid! Woo! Ah, Hedgehog, I'm sorry you're feeling so under the weather. Well, I appreciate the raid, though, buddy. Always appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'll actually be available Saturday. I gotta double check, but yeah, because it's just we were given such late notice about this event that it's hard to actually decide to go out to it. Knucklehead, what's going on? Hey, Pie. Appreciate all y'all being here. Thunder was just standing there not doing anything long enough that I stuck him in a box. Whoa, what was that? That was some interesting in-game lag. Yeah, he's inside here. Absolutely. But I should probably have you an answer probably by tomorrow afternoon, Hedgehog. My afternoon. So, about the time you're streaming. As long as you're feeling up to it. Because, I mean, if you're under the weather, no problem, Knucklehead. Oh, yeah, I'm with you, Hedgehog. I even was considering taking one of my nights that had an open slot and throwing at you a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge, going, hey, you might start a little later, and we'll kick off some Mars together during the week rather than wait until Saturday. Because I really like the Mars First Logistics game. It's so much fun. Let's see. All right, got it. All right, Chad, I'm grabbing a smoke. Yeah, gaming will heal most injuries. Yeah. See, that's what it is, Hedgehog. You need some of that dry Martian air, and not that processed air that you have in the spaceship over there, our main sequence, because you got all those machines and package stuff running inside there, so you're sucking in all the exhaust fumes and everything. That's why you got a sore throat, right? Poor ventilation in the station. Absolutely. Well, we can stream together, and I can talk enough for both of us. Yeah, I guess we'll need to play it by ear, both on my timing and your health. Yeah, and I'm grabbing a smoke. Sorry, Chad. That's why I'm standing still for a second. Waiting for Thunder to get back to his desk to find that he's been stuck in a box. I hope everybody's been having a decent Wednesday. It's been a very busy week this week for me. Now, I was excited that the region leader decided that the work my son did tonight, should earn him the recruiter badge in Cub Scouts. Oh yeah, he can do that quick, Hedgehog. For me, it gets worse for about with the amount that I smoke. Notice that my cough hasn't been nearly as bad recently because I've been smoking less, or at least that's what I've been telling myself. Yeah, we're working on building a spa here in anticipation of when the water biome is going to open up. Working on a little bit of a design plan. I'm going to need to get some obsidian blocks. I'm going to need a lot of obsidian blocks. We're going to do entire flooring in it. That way it has that nice polished, almost wet look to it. So we may have to mine up some obsidian stuff. How you doing tonight, Pie? Oh, that was interesting. The game's doing some interesting graphical anomalies. So up here, that area over there looks awesome. That came out looking great, especially at nighttime. That's one of the primary focuses I have on this build is, and even on most of the builds I do, is how does it look at nighttime? Tired? Okay. Okay, so that's going to be the stairs up. What kind of walls do we want to do this with? What kind of walls should a sauna have? No, we look at fancy stone. That looked silly on the outside. We could go with the roughly cut. I don't want to do more granite. We've done enough granite over here, and I don't want the thing to be have such a dark exterior. Conifer wood. Well, that's an interesting thought. And let's put it up in the air for a second, just to kind of take a look and see. Let's go make it daytime so we can see better. I'm getting in-game lag, so the lag's not the stream, it's something in-game. Oh my, that is bright. Hey you, I need your bed. Yeah, well, the flooring is going to be darker, even with the interior, because I'm going to do it with that obsidian, just because of how polished it is. So it gives it that wet look. Maybe for some interior bits, maybe like stalls, like you were saying. Yeah, okay. Oh no, that's there's an interesting idea of flooring. Ooh. Okay. That does give some cool ideas. Alright, we'll hold on to these bronze blocks. Okay, that can be a nice border edge around where the obsidian's going to be. Now, see, this is going to have to elevate a little bit. So we're going to have to basically use this spot here as where the flooring goes. So we have to have a tiny little stair that goes up. We need a door. So we're going to have a patio out here. No need to have a patio on this side. There's nothing to look at over there. I like the patio over here because you're overlooking the farm and stuff, so that'll be nice. Okay. But I don't want to be lined right up where we got the stairs coming in. That still doesn't answer the question of what kind of wall are we going to use. How would this do for an exterior wall? That's an interesting option to go with. That could absolutely be an option. Almost kind of liking that option. Not polished granite. We already talked about that. I don't want to do desert temple. And highly polished. We've got enough of that around here. Highly polished looks nice. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking, Pie. And I do like the palmwood, but I was thinking palmwood. Palmwood for me is a better interior piece, not so much of an exterior piece. And so it'd be one wall that's going to be here for the exterior look, and then we'll put palmwood right up next to it, or another type of wood right up next to it, to give that wooden interior. Yeah. Right now I'm working on my what the heck my exterior is going to look like. Okay. Oh, those are my knees. What other options we got? No, we don't need mycelium overgrowth. Hallowed Halls blocks could be interesting. Woo! I completed a quest. What about this? Oh. That's not bad for the exterior. That's not bad at all for the exterior. Bring that out to not quite to the edge. Oh, it has a little bit of a lip. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Alright. Let's line up with where we want to be at first. One in. Alright, so stairs. Alright. Alright, so the stairwell lines up there. We want to go 1, 2. Yeah, 2 in, I think will be fine. Maybe 3 in. 1 more? Yeah. How's that look attaching to the flooring out here? Don't know about the flooring, but we can go with a different block along the bottom edge to create a transition piece. Yeah, okay. I think the highly polished is going to have to be the choice. I keep hitting the letter B for build. Okay, fine, don't snap. this right here should be a doorway. Oops, that one went down a little low. Down along here, because this is not going to have will this actually snap in place? Of course not. Like I said, this is just a thought. This is going to be torn right back down. Oh, I wonder how that'll look. There's an idea. Alright, why don't we try going really upscale? I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think that's going to be better as a flooring piece, not as a... Yeah. Okay, that provides an interesting look. Well, the game's in there with some lag. Oh my goodness. I don't have any midnight blocks over here. I was trying to go with an edging along this. It'll be along the bottom and it'll be along the top. Oh, if it's gonna go along the top. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, is going with a tiered ledge. But then if I do this, it's just a thought. Oh, that's too big. If I do this up to there. then back here. And just a little bit up. Like that. And that'll actually tie in with how we did these corners. So we did these corners with the sandstone desert temple blocks. That actually, I think that actually might work. Oh, those were brass. Yeah, those are brass blocks. Not sure what happened, Tundra. Oh, okay. He just messaged me saying he got pulled for a bit. He'll be back soon. Well, he'll just find himself inside a box. Yeah. I think this is the choice. It's going to be a combination of the highly polished and the desert temple. And the two of them mix well together too. Okay. Well, hopefully it should be faster than 144p now. You might have to do a refresh on it. Yeah, I think this will work out nice for the entrance to the spa. It's going to need lots of decorations. Gonna have to get some stuff to really make it stand out. I have a few ideas. Alright, yeah, that will walk into there. This area on this side should be where the main spa is at. So our rooms will be down that side. Take that out to the corner. We'll do those corners up in Desert Temple as well. And then we'll do some interior blocks on it. And then we'll get our obsidian in here. Alright. Think we've got ourselves a plan. I think. Alright, I'm gonna grab a quick smoke while I ponder this real quick, but yeah, I think we got our plan down now. Yeah, I know, Helga. I make my plan as I build, constantly adjusting as I go. I mean, we spent, the first hour of the stream just figuring out which block I was going to use. Okay. Hope everybody's having a grand day. Yeah, this should be set up perfectly with the reflection from the obsidian plus when the water comes in, this should work out pretty nicely, I think. Now, the other thing that I had in mind that I don't know if we can do, but I'm pretty certain we can. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Outside of the main castle, I'm going to do a little interesting building there. And I'm going to try making a koi pond. Because I believe that the fish we catch we'll actually be able to take and put into other water. That has been the rumor. Other rumor that we have is that we're going to get some, potentially we're going to get some much clearer blocks. And we'll be able to make like aquariums and, you know, better windows and that kind of stuff. Stuff you can truly see through, but still actually has glass. So interested to see how that's going to work. Yeah, the other day, Chip did a live stream with a Q&A, with another Q&A, and had a few special guests show up in chat that he didn't expect, and they were even able to answer some of the questions that he didn't know the answers to. So I got a bunch of questions answered. It was nice. Yes, which I hope they do. Okay, so doing that way, that means I want to do this. Not polished granite, just regular granite. That'll be big enough. Most of this is going to go away because it's going to get replaced, but I just want to have the placement for it. Oh, that's funny. Alright, then it's going to have a ridge that goes around it, probably too high. So we can fill that up with water. I do want to leave this edging here. So I think that looks nice. So some tables and stuff out here. Kind of want to do like a stick with an umbrella or around a table. Now, should the wall be taller or not? Yeah, the wall needs to be just a little taller just because of the floor being raised up. Alright, so if we're going to do this too higher, let's go here. Didn't quite get all the steam captured into the spot. Might have to adjust a little bit. What? Why can't you build there? Oh, you're going to be a pain. Oh. Ha! So there. Yeah. So the shroud does cover it, but it was one of the tricks I learned with building the downstairs of this. That if I manage to angle just right and I do it with the single blocks, I can get them to line up in such a way that I can actually get them to still place. Alright, so now that I've got that, now this isn't necessarily the blocks we're going to be going with. I'm just trying to get the layout here. Oh. It's not high enough to prevent you from walking out. Well, it's just I have to work that way. These should probably be done in wood. The more I think about it. There. Different stairs let you into the spa. And yeah, with what I was getting ready to do inside the spa, it'd be easy to walk out of it anyways. Alright, so we really need to use this as our baseline for how tall the wall actually needs to be. Alright, so that is probably the appropriate heights. Yeah, I think that's the appropriate heights. One of these days I'll stop hitting the letter B for a build. Let's go check outside. Alright, yep, that got that corner lined up. Actually, yeah, that's a pretty decent height for the wall. I like that. We can work with that. Yeah, I was thinking koi pond could go right over here where we got the trees and stuff. But we can make ourselves a nice little koi pond right here. Either there, or we could do it over here on this side of the building. Yeah, the upload speed started going wonky. Whoa. Okay. Almost missed. And now. Got those in place. Will this work? Or just a little more about there. Oh, and I'm out of blocks. Oh. Alright then. Yeah, that gives an interesting look. We add in these little desert temple block pieces as accents. Yeah, I think that'll come out nice. Oh, good point, Pi. Good point. Very good point. I am out of stone. Yep, okay. That's all that I can do with that for now. But then we're going to do an interior wall on this. Yeah, this works out pretty good for Steam. I think that works well. Oh, the fact that I've got some steam still over here. This is just this is the warmer side of the building. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. This is the warmer side of the building. I think we might want to go with the desert shingles on this roof as well. Okay. Alright, let me grab a quick smoke and grab a brew. And we will keep working on this. I think it's coming out alright though. And of course I'm going to have pillars that go up from at least this corner of the spa. Probably a wooden pillar. Because it looks strange for a stone pillar to be going up into a wooden roof. And just have one stone pillar kind of offset inside the building. That would look strange. Or, the pillar won't go all the way up to the ceiling. We'll have it as an accent that goes around the. Yeah, that. That definitely has an idea. Okay. Yeah, but now the way I want to do the stalls pie, yeah, where I was going to put like the little bench with a little pot and maybe something to be able to, like. Too bad we don't have cloaks in the game, because then I would hang a cloak like on a little hanger and have that look like it's a towel hanging there. But what I wanted to use was those. Oh, all right. Good night, baby. You sleep well. But I want to use those, what do you call it? This is the wrong way to phrase it, but those oriental dividers that we got. I think those would look really good for doing the little wall divider things. Because it doesn't need to go all the way up. It just needs to be just a little separator to create a stall. And around the edge of the interior of that area that I'm making for the where the hot water is and everything, I'm going to put one more block around the interior edge to be like a. I know you won't be able to do it in game, but it'd be like a spot where you would sit. Okay. And Thunder and I are already talking about reusing one of our flames and even expanding this place out a little bit further, all the way down to the bridge. True. You're not wrong. And I'm not leaving a lot of room for privacy. But yeah, we were talking about adding a flame down here to give us an extra area, and that'll connect our area all the way down to the bridge. Was kind of the thought. Yeah, this is starting to come together nice. Yeah. Yeah, and I've actually built a terrace farm before in the game, and it came out really nice. I was able to build a large farm in a confined space. But some of it, when you looked at it, it was great for farming and growing and everything, but some of it, where stuff was growing, it really didn't make any sense that stuff was growing there because it never saw sunlight. Alright, well, we gotta go mine up some stone. Oh, absolutely. Well, that was kind of what we were thinking about doing here, because it's already got the nice little slope. Was to turn this into terraced for the rice farming. Leave the path where it is, and just try to build a terrace. Try to keep this path as in shape as much as possible, and build the terraces in line with that. Was the idea. It's gonna give me dirt or rock. Oh, good. Stone and dirt. I want stone. Well, I guess we need a Springlands dirt too, but what I'll be interested to see is if the rice requires a custom soil to grow in. Hey, since this doesn't have the build square around it right now, I can carve all this out. And get some stone. Absolutely. Well, because it'll give us an excuse to play with the water and whatnot in our quote-unquote main build. I don't like calling it that, but really that's what it is. This is where we've got all the people and everything. That it won't feel like the tavern is right up against the edge of the build line anymore either. But I want to hold off until after we get the new update and get a better feel for how some of the things work before saying, all right, this is how I want to do this. Because I'm going to be open to ideas from you and Tundra, of course. And, you know, it's going to be a lot of, I think it's going to be a lot of experimenting and seeing what kind of interesting things we can do. I know we got to figure out a way that we're going to do a sluice so that we can flood the field when we need to. Because I think the field has to be flooded and then it has to be drained. I think. Which is an interesting mechanic, but apparently the water, it's going to do something about irrigating fields as well. So supposedly it's going to have an effect on our current plants too. Yep, upload speed's misbehaving again. Well, you aren't missing much. I'm sitting here chopping stone. Alright, let's see if that guy's enough stone to actually get something done. Yeah, it's bouncing around, Pie.
Hey!
Hey! Alright, so we needed more highly polished. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that gave me 2,000 to work with. Now this would be where this corner piece here is where I'd want Tundra's help. So he's got a plan there. I want to make sure I align with that plan. That's where I have to stop that one. Oh, of course. You know, we're talking about the cops and everything, and now my cop decides to show up. So then that corner there, I'll use Tundra's help to figure out, because the roofing is going to be real interesting with that corner. Unless we do something interesting with the rest of the shape of this building. And even then, the roofing is going to be interesting. Yeah, upload speed definitely looks better now. Okay. I think that's got the main exterior wall mostly finished. So then we're going to go with, how am I going to do this? I think it's going to be, can I make this work this way? I think I can. That did all the way around, and it didn't sneak inside. Okay. That's too much. That is too much. Alright, let's all I want is little pillar bits. Like that. Yeah. There we go. That looks much better like that. Okay, now edging. How does Desert Temporal look for edging across the top? Oops. This spot. Okay. Like that. Along the bottom as well. Hey, John. And then what I was thinking was to try something like this. Kind of in sections. Needs to be measured out better. But this right now is more like working on the concept rather than the actual finished build. There. Okay, so what do we think of this? If I I go ahead and put in the corner piece here. Now get more of a finished look to it. There, something like that. Like I said, it does need to be measured out better for the sections there. But I think adding in those little pillar sections on the wall to give it some flesh really looks better. So, but yeah, chat, y'all let me know what y'all think. I think that came out okay. I think that'll look good from there. I need to add a fireplace in this area. Let's see what it looks like from over there. Oh, Thunder logged out. Either that or he timed out. Okay. Still got more that needs to be done along the edge, but yeah, this is starting to turn out okay. Then we gotta decide on the interior wood blocks. Because definitely want interior wood. I know that for certain. And we gotta go mine up silver and obsidian so that we can get the obsidian blocks that we need. And we know that there's at least one, if not two more biomes to go past the water. And then the dev team says, as long as that player base exists like it does, they will continue, even after bringing it to 1.0, they will continue developing more and bringing out more DLC and bringing out more, possibly even more biomes and stuff like that. Keep the game growing. All right, grabbing a smoke, chat. How are you tonight, John? Yep. Bear with me just a moment, chat. Just grab a quick smoke, and then we'll get back to building. We need to check the map and see which flame we are going to be willing to remove to have overlap with our current flames to do that downstairs area. And where does that flame go? Yeah, I've got so many ideas right now. Just because the water has got the imagination flowing on things and stuff that we could possibly do with it. But I mean, it's all imagination until we've got the update. It's all guesswork, and then even after we get it, it's probably going to be guesswork for a while. Each one would be the spider chest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Pi. But since you were the one that had placed it, I didn't want to remove it until you said we didn't need it. There's the coal. There's something in the Forgotten Tomb. We don't really need this flame. I don't even know why this flame's here. Oh, we had this flame here specifically for getting the critter carapace. Oh, let's deactivate that one. That makes for a real easy one to get rid of. But you said the spider tomb chest is up there. So we can deactivate this one. Oh, I see what you did. I don't think I've ever been to this one. Literally just lets you come in here and collect loot. We might leave that one for now. Just because we'll get random loot from it. And it'll give me stuff to hang in our Hall of Accomplishments. So we'll leave that one for now. We'll leave the Hollow Hall one because the Hollow Halls, what they've also announced, I mean, that's one of the big deals, is that not only will the Hollow Halls be completed for Albaneve, but the biome that we're going to get that's got the water in it, it's also going to have a Hollow Hall that it has been completed. It'll be finished and ready to explore. That's for obsidian. That's for coal. Alright, there's, well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flames up here right now. That really we're going to be using because I mean, one of the other things we want to do is I do want to fight the dragon a few more times, so we get enough trophies to make the iron trophy. Well, there's 6 there. 7 and 8 are down here, and 9's there. Okay, that's all 9. Okay, so all of our flames are up here. So if we wanted to have, because I think we're going to need to have 1 extra altar available for when we travel into the new zone. So I guess the spider tomb chest is going to be the one that's going to have to go. Because I suspect the coal mine and really the obsidian are both things that we're going to want still. And we're going to want to keep the one at the dragon, just so that we can come back and fight him a few more times. Okay. Oh yeah, free runes, you're right. Yeah, if it gives a duplicate weapon. And I'm not worried about the grade of weapon, whether or not it's, you know, gold, purple, blue. It's the art style of the weapon is what I'm looking at. So I'll find a box to stick that hammer into. Here we go. Let's put the battering ram hammer in here. Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. I've got so much crap in my pockets. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay. Oh, now I went out there to do that so that we could do this. Alright, so the road goes like this. I wonder where the flame is lined up to me. So I can't quite see it. Alright, I think the flame is lined up. Is it lined up with that corner? I think it more or less is. The flame is lined up there. So it's lined up with the... about there. Okay. Fly in a straight line. And it goes right in the middle of the road. Alright, so. But I think that flame will come down here. Crafting, make a flame altar. All right, there's that. Now, what do you want to upgrade? Shroud core. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright, we got shroud cores in here somewhere. We never have come in here and actually tried to finally organize this thing. Alright, there's the cores, there's nexuses. Where's that bring the build line to? Jeez, where does it take the build line to? Huh. We can fix quite a bit of Braylon Bridge, apparently. Takes it all the way out here. Double checking. Yep, that takes the build line off the edge of the tavern. Brings it out to there. All the way through that POI. Alright. And then brings it how far over on this side? Oh, wow. Brings it all the way out to here. Okay. Well, that gives plenty to work with. Oh, I know, Pi. I'm 100% with you on that. Alright, so plan's been upgraded. Got a lot more build area. Oh, got another mushroom tundra. Alright, so Tundra's not joining tonight. So I guess it's solo. Let's come through here real quick. See if we can get rid of some of the stuff in our inventory. I don't really want to put away blocks. Well, that didn't empty my inventory nearly as much as I hoped it would. I've got armor bits and... Alright, well there was that one box that didn't have a whole lot in it. That one. There we go. Alright, let's throw that in there. All my Eternals I'm keeping. Jeez, I've got every kind of instrument in my pocket. What the heck? Okay, that makes me feel better. So yeah, apparently Tunder's exhausted, so he's not going to be able to join tonight. Alright, now. Oh yeah. That's what I wanted. I wanted some rails. Let's go talk to our carpenter dude. Well, he's not standing still anymore. Alright, where's he hiding at? Oh, of course, he's in bed. Dude, you really need to get up and do some work. What the heck? Look at our different options for rails. Here we go. Alright. So we can go with... oh, fine stone fence. I don't think I've seen that before. Gotta go get more stone, but let's
You've got a good eye, Cleanborn.
glad you think so. Alright. Put this here. And these here. Come on. Okay, what if I do this? It slides right in there. Well, I got that lined up pretty good. I think I like that railing though. Oops, that's not what I wanted. we can make this look pretty nice. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen either. Okay, that's getting that lined up. Yeah, I came out with a pretty nice look. So we can do the same thing over here, but a little shorter. Yeah, I think we can make a nice looking little patio here. I think that's the ticket. I think that's gonna come out nice. But I also think that we're going to add in this. For about every third handrail. And that'll look better. That'll make it feel like it's more stable. And then we can add some lighting out here and all that kind of good stuff. The lighting will be some of the final pieces we do. Okay. This is going to be filled with water. I'm going to change this flooring out to obsidian. Do I have any obsidian left? I have 8. That's not much. Okay. And the other question is, do we have the materials? The answer to that is no. Oh, jeez, it requires so much obsidian. Okay. Obsidian up here. This is the obsidian mine, right? Oh. Is that obsidian? Nope. Nope, that's amethyst. just looks like rubble. Okay, that's what I thought. Wow! One hit from that guy and I burned to death. That's the obsidian right over there, isn't it? Yep. Here we go. I know we've got the silver. By my calculation, I'm going to need at least 1,000 blocks. Yeah, that's what I thought. Bring any food on me? No, of course I didn't. Well, no, I got... Alright, I got the beef stew. I don't need the warmth, but I'm hoping it gave me a little extra stamina. Tell you what, though, the developers have done such an amazing job with this game. They really have. Yeah, I don't plan on starting a fresh playthrough of Enshrouded. Again, until 1.0 comes out. 1.0 comes out, depends on what all they say that they, changed in 1.0, And I've been meeting some people recently that they don't buy early access games. They wait until the game says that it's in 1.0. But we've encountered games that claim that they're in 1.0. And you go and you play it and you feel like it's the state the game's in is barely early access. It doesn't feel like a 1.0. It doesn't feel polished. Doesn't feel like it's done. Whereas Enshrouded, I mean, I'm glad they're not doing this. But after bringing in Albany with the dragon and everything, it pretty much completes the journey of the three siblings. As far as the storyline goes, they honestly could have done the water and anything coming after. They could have done it as DLCs if they wanted to, but instead they're keeping it all as part of the full release, which is really amazing. Oh, there's a really tiny vein. That's not even worth mining, really. Is there a vein up here? No. Oh, I keep forgetting I can't blow stuff up with my magic. It's not like the explosive arrows. Well, the worst thing about saying about stuff about, they could have done that stuff as DLC is that if they had, I would have happily opened up my pocketbook and gone, take my money. I don't think there's obsidian down there. Or is that obsidian down there? Well, it looks like there might be obsidian down there. Can't tell. That looks like that's a big obsidian node there. You know, if they can tame these animals to have as pets, I want to be able to tame the animal to have a pet to take along with me. You know? This is an obsidian node. Oh, this is a big one. Okay. Cool. We could be here for a little while. Now, at least until my pickaxe breaks. There's a smart thing to get in the habit of. Put down a flame, put a workbench next to it. Because I died, I lost my rested bonus. Okay. Well then, let's do this. Get that increased stamina regeneration. Crap. What is that? Looks like iron. It is. As heavy as that guy breathes, I should hear him coming. And I flew far enough away where I don't think he's going to chase me all the way down here. Yeah, see? Combat Sabertooth. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, we can go and tame the little house cats and little house dogs. Let me tame the wolves and the big kitties. And if we're gonna do stuff that's an Arctic wolf set, dang it, there better be some Arctic wolves that fight. I mean, I know I'm asking for extra enemies, but you know, you look at the armor that Tundra wears, and it feels weird because the armor is an Arctic wolf set, and you can tell the head is an Arctic wolf. It's a wolf head. Well, where'd we get the Arctic wolf head from if it's not an enemy? Oh, I mean, you hear them howling. in the Albany. Alright, we're gonna jump up here into the dark. Sorry. This character doesn't have the flare arrows like my archer does, so it just winds up being really dark. My apologies. Because, yeah, all the spells I have, we don't have a spell that creates light. Oh, I guess I could do the little fire wisp summon. Well, I can't make scrolls. Like that fire wisp summon spell. It's a scroll. You know, it'd be awesome if we could make those. Instead of just, you know, looting them and then, you know, hoping you'll have some for when you're in a situation like this. Exactly. Hey, they don't last long. Hey, honestly, I think my flare arrows actually last longer than those potions do. I think I found the big node of obsidian. This thing's massive compared to all the other obsidian that I found. I think this is one of the only spots in the game that you can get obsidian too. I guess before I leave here, I should run through the danger zone and go grab the box with the obsidian blocks in it. Wow, an obsidian only stacks to 50? Jeez. Yeah, but I mean, you can see it. You can see what it looks like. It looks similar to coal. It's like shiny coal. Oh, okay. That have some kind of an interesting melee effect. We are not going to attempt unarmed combat, but still, it looked kind of cool. Oh, I'll go ahead and we go down and rename that flame too. We'll call it Long Keep North. Alright. Well, that's got our extra build area for the water now set. Oh, I didn't go get the blocks. Oh well. Okay. I was tired of mining. My brain's on building. And I can't even make 1,000. Oh wow. I'm going to use up all the silver bars and all the obsidian. Well, there went all the silver and all the obsidian. Alright, now. I just hope that's enough. I'm going to try to line this up a little better. So we've got a little gap there, but the rest of this can fit perfectly. So now that's the really weird part. There is a spot above where I have built this. Oh wait, this is at the wrong heights. Or is it? No, this is at the right heights. Okay. We're not going to worry about that edge piece right now. I'm not going to have nearly enough. Yeah, well, I got 98 blocks left. Almost had enough. Yeah, no, I think this is going to work well, especially once there's lighting and stuff in here, because of the reflection it's got. Oh wait, what is that over there? Oh, okay. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna grab a smoke, but then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run back over where we're mining the obsidian, but I'm just gonna run through the dungeon area real fast. Head up to the top, hit the box to go grab the stack of obsidian blocks that are in there, because that might give us enough to polish this thing off. Well, at least I don't have an early morning meeting tomorrow, because they moved the early morning meeting to today. I do like the way that this is coming across, though. I mean, the way this flows across the oh, are we okay? Look like my stream kind of stopped there for a second. Oh, eek. Yeah, it hosed itself for a second. I think we're back, though. Are we back? Well, now that the rooster's crowed, we'll be able to see this better in the daytime. So, get more of that reflective surface where I go, yeah, see, it looks like it's kind of wet. Seems okay? Okay. Yeah, see how this has got that wetness to it? Just because of the reflectiveness. And that reflectiveness, found out, that just got added in with the Thralls of Twilight. Not with the Albaneve update, but with the Thralls of Twilight is where they added in these reflective blocks. So they're already kind of working with reflections. I think they were doing that in preparation for how water would work. Because, light plays a big part in this game, in the storyline and everything. So, you want to make sure you get those reflections just right and everything. Now, what I would like, as insane as this sounds, I have no idea how the infinite water source block is going to work or anything like that. But I think it'd be awesome if you could put like like a face with a mouth. Even do it with like the with the trophies, and have the water coming out the mouth of like the dragon, you know. Or the Wisp Wyvern. He's got a big wide open mouth. You know, basically a gargoyle type plaque that you could have on a wall and have it like a fountain that water is coming out of. Because then I could have that be the water that's filling the spa, and then I could probably add in a little drain and do it that way. Let's head back over here. Oh, yeah, like I said, it definitely fell behind because I saw the whole Discord doing its thing and whatnot. So I assumed. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. I don't have to worry about the tyrant. They're downstairs. Come up here. Kick open the box. Grab some blocks. Go back home. Didn't get a lot of blocks out of that stack. That was only 200. I think that's going to be enough to finish the flooring. Alright, well that finished the flooring as far as making sure that all the blocks lined up. So now we gotta do is the edging. I've only got 69 blocks left though, so we will see if we have enough. I can't even get it to line up. Okay. Looks like we're going to be doing this with single blocks. Yep, edging's going to be done with single blocks. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. We already had our idea about this. See how this looks. Yeah, this probably means I have to go make more bronze. As soon as I go get copper and tin. Maybe. I kind of like doing the edging in the bronze. What do y'all think? It just adds a little bit of something to it. Yeah, well, I've always seen it as an accent piece, you know? I think I'm gonna be short. I'm short three bronze blocks, and it makes it the stacks of 100. All right. Yeah, that's got a nice little appearance of steam. I think I like it. I think it's working out how I had imagined. Now, should I do blocks for sitting, or should I do benches for sitting? You're not wrong, Pi. And the obsidian flooring for where the water's going to go was always the intention. I think that works out very nicely. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, Pi. But they can't be wooden benches. Because wooden benches, the carpenter's probably napping. Oh no, look, he's awake. Oh my goodness. He's awake. Yeah, these salon room dividers are interesting. I think these would work. But where's our furniture? I want to be able to sit. That's a table. Table. Oh, tables. Okay. Illumination. Like I said, illumination is one of the last things. Chairs. Alright. Stone bench. Oh. You know, I think the stone bench might be the choice to go with. But now I gotta go get a whole bunch more stone. Okay. Alright, bear with me real quick while I grab myself another brew. Grab a smoke. Because now I gotta go get myself outside of the build zone so I can go get stone. Now, the thing that I was trying to figure out, Pi, and it's something that Tony and I have already talked about a couple of times. You know, it's one of those things that we don't know. Because I've got the underside of the farm fully enclosed, the question is, if I put a infinite water block underneath there and let it basically fill up the space underneath the farm, will that count as irrigation for all those fields? I'm thinking it will, because they're only one block. Now, granted, the other thought that I did have on that is if we do that, we will, wherever there is a leak anywhere in that area. And I'm just going off the whole thing of what I heard is that the irrigating of even our regular fields is going to actually have an effect. And apparently, it's not worth it for me to try it and stream it and everything. But what I'm gathering is that the initial static water blocks, the stuff that you're going to use with buckets to fill up with, that water will be accessible if you start a fresh game, fresh character, fresh world. That water will be available right at the very beginning of the game. The infinite water blocks, that's not going to be available until you make it to the water biome. So I'm curious to see what it is that they're going to be doing with that. Luckily enough, we have a box that is full of water. Or at least it was. Might not be anymore. And it's not in a magic box. Oh, no, it's in a magic box because that water is used for making all of our seedlings and everything. So we'll see. It's not far away. I was actually rather impressed and rather surprised at the turnout tonight at our recruitment because they only announced the recruitment yesterday. So the stuff went home with the kids yesterday from school. And we went with 19 families that showed up. And out of the 19 families,
I'll be here.
we had 14 that signed up immediately, and then the other 5. Some of them are looking at some of the options being offered. Didn't quite make it. I gotta get over here. Are you gonna cause me a problem? If you're gonna cause me a problem, then boy, the game's got some delays going on. Are there any enemies left? Yeah, that wolf's still there. Okay. Yeah, that game's got some lag going on. Alright. Now we'll just dig ourselves a tunnel. Well, at least as high up as it'll let us dig. So I wanted to get all the way up to the top there anyways. Gotta let the stamina regenerate. Oh, I never grabbed that brew. Trying to stay out of the build zone. Oh, this works out much better for getting stone, though. Jeez. Oh, stone stack's higher than 500 now. That's nice. I haven't gone mining stone in a while. So unfortunately, you know, yay, I'm mining, but I don't get any XP for this. I can't even see the bottom of the tunnel. As far as I know, I've been digging in a straight line. Yeah, I know I've been digging up. Let's see, rest bonus is done. Alright. I'm rather impressed I haven't made it to the top yet. Yeah, rest bonus is done. We're I'm just mining up and up and up. Okay. Alright. No, we should have no problem now getting benches. Oh man, it is foggy. Alright, stone benches. Because these are the only ones that look... Out of the benches we have as options, these are the only ones that look like they will fit for a sauna. And we don't really have anything else to use other than chairs. So we're going to go with these. Alright, that gives us 30 benches. Man, this fog is no joke. Oh geez, and they only stacked to 3? Okay. Where's the stairs at? There they are. Well, how do I know which side's the front? Okay, guess that's not the front. Still not letting me sit. What, does it have to be off the wall? I guess it does. Alright. Stairs are there. I love how the way the bench works, that, you know, it's only got space for one person. Although they are pretty big. I'll put it there. No. Okay. There we go. Okay. Of course, I was going to dark and foggy. Look at that line of fog. Did the fog never go away? Oh, the fog's doing something weird. Oh, it's inside the house too. Eventually I'll have bedrooms set up for us. What, the steam from the sauna has invaded the base? Is that set correctly? Of course not. Oh, I made a oops over here. This bench has to go. Okay. Then over on this side. Those two have to go. Three more benches will actually finish this off. At least the outside edge. I think that came out okay. Stone benches actually don't look bad in there. And it's a lot more seating than we have villagers or players, so plenty of room. Yeah. Like I said, we'll probably want to do something different with at least the stairs. The walls, I think, should be stone. And I don't mind this dark stone here. Alright, so do I have... Pine, conifer, here we go, palm. Alright. This is one very thick doorway. Oh, wood paneling inside the area the water's actually gonna be. I don't know about that. I think what's happening is I'm spending so much time standing here in the shroud fog that it's causing the game to have a little bit of a conniption. It's also making it really hard for me to be able to see. Alright, so we've got our lower areas set up in preparation for when the water biome, when the water update hits. We've got the spa well along its way. Still has a lot of work to do to it, but got it, like I said, well on its way. Alright. Now we can have a little bit of an idea what it's going to look like in here. This is actually coming along pretty nice, I think. We have a permanent fog bank there that I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if that's server side or just the client side, because I mean that fog's got some hard edges to it. It's like pillars of fog. Isn't that interesting? Why don't we do this? Just to see. I have a cat in the background. Apparently it wants to talk to y'all in chat too. Okay, yep. It was client side. Yeah, fog was very much client side. Alright. So let's come up here and take a look. I see you come up here, it's already a little foggy. Yeah. I think this came out looking alright. We'll need to get some roofing on here. Then we'll do something with the outside edge. And we'll polish up the stairs. Yeah, I think this came out pretty good. Still has some more work to be done, but yeah, I think the benches were a good idea. But the only benches that seem to really work for it, though, are these stone benches that, you know, they've got cloth sitting on them, but it's the best I got to work with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then we just have to, I'll work with Tundra on this corner piece here. Figure out our best way to do this. Then we'll get the exterior finished. We'll get the nice little desert tiles around the edge of it. Yeah, I agree. I think they were definitely the best bet. And see, looking at it from up here, you know, it looks wet. And we got the steam and everything, so I think this worked out. Pretty good. This is coming together nicely. Still need some more decorations and stuff. It's going to need a lot of decorations. But and when I say decorations, I'm talking about not just the, you know, putting tables and chairs and that kind of stuff. I'm talking about actually using blocks to decorate the outside of the building. Because the exterior of the building needs to look like something that you would want to go visit. Oh, and if I have to, I'll flood that entire basement down there. Now, because of the way we got ourselves set up with the slope there and everything, I do not believe we ever run the risk of accidentally flooding our base. I have seen other bases that people have built that they could wind up accidentally drowning their base. And I'm speaking specifically on dedicated servers where the stuff runs even when you're not there, you know. So you go, all right, put down the infinite water block. We should be fine. I've got the drainage. I got everything set. And then next time you log in, you're underwater. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I think we've got some good stuff done tonight. I think I might call it a little early this evening. Ain't not too early. And we're only about 15 minutes away from where I normally cut off, but I know I started a little bit later. But if I were to delve any further into this build, we're going to be on for the next 3 hours. Because I'll have to go collect a lot of materials and stuff to be able to get the build how we want it. I do like doing the corners with the Desert Temple as opposed to the Midnight Temple blocks. So the Midnight Temple blocks for the pillars over there by the flame, those look nice. I like them, but I don't want to overuse them. But I also don't want the base to look like it's a hodgepodge. So it's going to be a matter of kind of taking a look, seeing if this style fits with the rest of the build, which I think it does. We've kept the polished stone. We're adding in accents. Those accents, I think, are definitely making a difference. So, of course, those accents are down here. We've not done any side of the building except for this one, and these aren't even spaced properly. Although they look... they actually look like I did space them properly. I think those two are actually evenly spaced. No, they're not. The one on the right-hand side is bigger than the one on the left-hand side. It needs to, the middle block needs to move over by one. So we'll get the railing up next time for the patio. And we'll finish off the rest of the build, I think, next time. Now, as far as roofing goes, I've been debating on the roofing that should go on this place. And the one that I was thinking would look nice on it is this one here, the desert shingle roof block. Which, oof, okay, bronze bars, clay. All right, clay is easy to get. Bronze bars, easy to get. Apparently, we are completely out of lapis-lazuli. So, like I said, a lot of going and gathering of materials. But I think this desert shingle roof block should be what goes on that building, only because it'll help it stand out a little bit. That's my thought. And then maybe do something with the stairwell that goes in there. Maybe put a door or decoration or something. Although I think we need to connect this walk path over to it. And more likely what we're going to wind up doing, we're going to connect that walk path there. And then I'm going to wind up, even though we got the nice little road there, we're going to connect a walk path that goes to the farm entrance. We're going to level out these little hills. These hills were all put in as defensive measures. I mean, the devs, when they built this place originally, and with the way the storyline works, they did a really awesome job of doing the makeshift, hurried defenses that's described. I mean, they did really, really good with that. But now we're going to kind of level it out. We've got full-blown walls going around this place. So yeah, I think this is coming along really nicely. Of course, once we finish with this, then I've got to get back to working on that up there. Got to finish that building. It still needs another story added to it, so it's going to go up one more story. And that story is going to be at least 2 walls high, and then it needs a roof. And I debated on what kind of roof I wanted on it, whether or not we were going to just do a flat roof and add crenellations to it to make it look like a fortress way up on top. But the more I've looked at it and the more I've thought about it, the more I think that it should go straight up and actually have a peaked roof on it. I think that'll look the best. And then that wall that's up there up top, that will wind up with crenellations up there. And we've talked about some other ways to do crenellations. We may bring this out by 1 more block, I think. Because right now, these are only 1 block thick. And I think if we bring it 1 block out, we can do the little diagonals on it. And that'll look good. Yeah, this is coming together nicely. And we still have that area over there with all the ruins and everything that we still need to do something with. That's going to have to get cleaned up. Well, on top of this building, and you can kind of get an idea of the walls. The walls are still in need of finishing. Thunder's working on that. Over here, we look down, we can see the build that we worked on today. Yeah, this is This is actually coming together really nicely. And now, those two pillars that are down there by the tavern, because the build line actually went through the middle of those pillars. We can actually do something with those pillars. Hey, Angry Man Gaming, how you doing? So yeah, we're gonna raise up the right-hand side of that building. It's gonna go just a little bit higher. Might have to carve into the wall a little bit, and that's fine. That'll be the final piece for Long Keep as far as the actual shell of the buildings. I like how the spa came out. That's I am really glad that what I had imagined in my head actually came out looking how I wanted it to. I'm doing alright. Doing alright. It's been a rough week at work, but, you know, when's it not a rough week of work? Yeah, this has come together really nicely. And, well, in Pi, you know, we got options over here. Well, so we got this whole space here between the walls, and I'll have to wait until he finishes the walls to get an idea of how much room's left. But that's an option. I do like the idea of taking like this zone over here and turning it into a fishing pond type of thing. Yeah, other builds I've seen, everybody keeps everything really tight and close together, and you got really narrow pathways and whatnot. This has come together very nicely. I'm hoping here in the not too far distant future, I will do a tiny showcase of this and send it to Chillachip and see if he wants to show it off as part of the community builds on his channel. Tavern is the big thing to show off right now because that thing's all decorated and all that kind of stuff. This building still needs some TLC. But as far as the build that we've done today, we've been working on building the spa today, Angry Man. So taking advantage of the shroud to look like steam, and then took advantage of the obsidian blocks to make it look like it's wet. We haven't added lighting here yet, but we've got the benches all lined up. We got stairs that lead up into the spa area, and then once the water biome is opened up, once they bring water into the game, we're actually going to fill this little area with water. And it's not going to be very deep, obviously. You know, it's going to be about, you know, waist, maybe sternum deep. Yeah, about sternum deep. There you go. So it's going to come up to the edge of that wall. And then you'll be able to sit down. Your head's above the water. But you can sit down for a nice hot soak because, see, we've got the steam coming off of there. So it's a nice, you know, relaxing. I like how that altar came out. That came out really good. And of course, once the rooftop's on this, you won't be able to see the whole little division between blocks there. Appreciate that. Yeah, this one took a little bit of doing, and then, you know, halfway through the build, we discovered we ran out of materials, so I had to go spend a couple hours going mining up materials, so we actually at least get this much finished. Specifically the spa area, because ran out of stuff for obsidian, and I went and mined up a whole bunch of obsidian. I used it all, ran out of obsidian. Had to go back, went and hit the box to go get obsidian blocks. That gave us just enough to finish this build. So, but look at that from up top. Yeah, that looks like a sauna. Obviously, it needs lighting and all that kind of stuff, and there's still more to do decoration-wise. That corner piece, the reason that corner piece looks that way, I am actually holding off on tinkering with that corner piece until Tunder's able to join me. He was not able to join me tonight, but I want his input and thought on what to do with that angled corner with the way that I've got this thing lined up now. Because I was looking at getting basically an edge that went all the way around. And you can see we got angled corner there. Can't really see it from here. But from here you can have an angled corner over there. So, you know, we got angled corners all around the lower portion of this building. This area, the whole reason I left this area open is the stairs will bring you up to the upper terrace. This is going to be kind of a porch area, kind of an area of relaxation, be able to sit. And, I mean, you'll be able to look at the farm and all that kind of stuff, so you'll have a nice, somewhat nice view. I mean, there's still walls and stuff, but you'll have yourself a nice view. But a place to be able to sit and kind of enjoy, you know, think of it as like the round tables, everything that you encounter at a winery, so that you can have yourself a nice spot to sit down, have a nice drink, enjoy the crisp air, and then after you've had your couple of drinks, and then you head in, and then we'll have little divider walls that go in here. You can go, all right, I'm going to change clothes down into my swimming suit or my skivvies, whichever it is, and I'm going to climb into the sauna. You climb in the sauna, and you come over here, and you take yourself a seat and go, oh, this is nice. So, lots of seating available in here. And I haven't added in I'm planning on putting in some kind of feature here in the middle. Don't know what yet. Yeah, you and me both. Because I've altered the build 3 times just tonight. But I'm happy with this. We spent the first hour of the stream trying to figure out which block I was going to use for the exterior block, and finally we settled on the highly polished stone. And then I was like, yeah, that looks nice, but it needs something. And so then I used the desert temple stone to do the edging along the bottom and to add some texture to the building as well on the exterior. Of course, that's going to continue down. Ow, those are my knees. I felt that. Just hearing that I felt that hurt. But we're gonna try to get the edging done here, and then Tara and I, we're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna want to do something on a lower level as well. And now, as far as the imagination goes, the space that's underneath that you can't go to, completely covered up. That's the quote-unquote boiler room. It is what's generating the heat to give us our nice steam bath. Something going on underneath there. And granted, for those of you that have been playing the game for a while or whatnot, you know that what's going on underneath of there is Enshrouded. I'm taking advantage of the Shroud spot in Long Keep to create a sauna. And then we still got the walls there. We have not moved the wall all the way down. The gate is going to have an elevated piece because we want to have it where when the gate opens that the gate is hidden. We don't want that thing jutting out the top like it is right now. So, but yeah, took advantage of the shroud area here in the middle of Long Keep and decided going to use the visual effects to make it look like it's a nice steam room. Nothing's changed over in the tavern since the last time you toured it. So tonight it was primarily just working on that spa as much as I could, and trying to. There were lots of sections where it was trying to come up with the right idea for what would work inside there, and so now I'm going to ponder a little bit for what I want as a centerpiece. So we're going to want something that how do I put this? We're going to want something that kind of accents the center of that pool. I'm not sure what yet. Now, I do know that, even though you got the palm wood along the inside, I do know that we are going to use the conifer and a couple other pieces in there to really kind of help flesh out the interior. So I've still got a lot of work to do decorating just with the blocks, not with the actual decoration items. There's still quite a bit to do. And, yeah, as far as what I've discovered and what I've heard, sounds like we should be able to expect the update either on the 21st or on the 28th. Those two are the most likely dates for the update to come out. Alright, I'm going to grab a smoke and chat with y'all for a few minutes, and then I think we're going to need to wrap up. It's been a lot of fun. It's been, you know, we've definitely gotten some stuff done. It's been a good night. I like what we've gotten done. You know, one of the things that I was pointing out earlier, Angerman, was the fact that this most recent update with Thralls of Twilight, they altered how the bosses work and then enemies work and stuff. But they also added in a couple blocks like the obsidian. And what they were doing with those blocks were that was them dipping their toes into how to deal with reflections. So now that they've got that down, that's why now the water is actually coming out, because they needed to have that bit of testing and that bit of how does this work? How's this going to affect GPUs? How's this going to affect CPUs? Before adding in water, because with light being a key factor in this game, with storyline wise, you want to make sure that you get that light and the way that it reflects everything down perfect. And so far they've done an amazing job. I mean, when I'm building a base, I'm more focused on how does it look at nighttime. I want it to look amazing at night. And so I take advantage of certain luminescent blocks. I take advantage of certain different pieces to create accents. I don't know if you've seen how I've done the two Queen Pikesmead statues to light them up. If you haven't, give me a moment, bit of smoke, and I'll jump down there and you can see it. Well, once it's nighttime again. Granted, you know, it's funny. You know, nighttime feels like it lasts forever in this game, except for the fact that you can lay down and you can make nighttime go away. Daytime, though, lasts forever, and you can't fast forward daytime. Oh yeah, we just hit morning too. I see how it's looking. So yeah, no, we'd have to stick around for another probably hour and a half for it to wind up at nighttime again. But the Pikesmead statues have got lighting from underneath, and I'm not using flames. I'm actually using lighting blocks that are hidden. So the statues have an interesting shadow to them because it really highlights them nicely. Yeah. So if I come over here to my statues, I can show you what I did. So statues look nice. They got a nice little base, nice little, you know, they look fancy. But if you come over and get them real close, they're hard to see, but I've got yellow luminescent blocks hidden underneath the statue. And so at nighttime, those yellow luminescent blocks light up the statues. So, oh my goodness.
Hey.
Okay. You guys.
Wait.
Hello.
Alright, we are going to go fix this problem for now. This is insane. They're all trying to get into the building through that window. Yeah, give me some window frames. We're gonna close off that thing so they stop thinking that that's a way inside the building. I don't understand what's so interesting at that spot. They are determined. They are determined to try to go in through that window. And I'm sorry, Tundra, I realize it's not fit your build, but
Hi. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
you need to move. You're in the way. Rotate. Snap. And look at that. They all stopped trying to go in through that window now. It's nuts. Really? You gotta try going through another window? You are. You're gonna try going through another window. Alright, we've got to get these windows filled. So the problem is that inside the tavern, we have so many points of interest that
Hey.
attract them. The only way to fix it, I just watched somebody jump out a window. The only way to fix it is actually to put windows into these openings.
Hey.
And then they'll stop trying to wander in and out of windows. He's got too much of a crowd in there. We gotta get some people moved back out of there because there's people that actually don't belong in there. And I'm gonna build a garden out here. You know, it'll be a nice point of interest, but all right. Well, chat. With that, I think this is where we are gonna call it. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Hi.
No, don't say hi. You're supposed to say bye. There's not a farewell. No, that didn't help either. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I do have to call it a night. Y'all have a great night. Let's take a quick look, because I do like to drop a little something to my buddies out there. All right. YouTube changed where stuff is, so they've definitely made it more difficult. It was difficult enough to begin with to redirect. They've actually made this even more difficult. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Who are we going to see? Who's on? You know what? We keep dropping raids to Knucklehead. But he's playing a Fly Guy, and I was helping Fly Guy kind of build his channel as well. Why don't we go visit Fly? He's playing along with Knucklehead, but we'll give him the raid tonight. All right, chat. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you on the next one.
We ride the storm, we brave the flame. The Drunken Dragon